Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the volatility. Tesla stock hit a new all-time high in pre-market trading because of this breaking news we're going to talk about here in this video. And then what happened? Well, we sold off. We actually went negative, down to about $460 per share, a round-trip move of $24 in a single day for Tesla, top to bottom. At the time of recording this video, you're slightly in the green, but I will explain why you seen or are seeing this intraday volatility in Tesla stock. And it really just comes down to the Fed tomorrow. There is some nervousness about what the Fed could mean for Tesla, what it could mean for growth and interest rates. And I mean, we get a new summary of economic projections tomorrow. This was not a news-driven reversal. This is a Fed nervousness reversal. You're seeing the VIX up today, as we will talk about later in this video. But look at the RSP. The RSP is dying. Value stocks are on their worst losing streak ever, now being red for 11 days in a row. I mean, with the strength that you've seen with Tesla, it doesn't surprise me why you get an intraday reversal. Okay, but we do have a lot of big breaking news today for Tesla stock that I think will push the stock higher in coming days, or at least help to push the stock higher in coming days. First and foremost, today you are not seeing the continuation of the short squeeze. I expect that we will see this into year end. We will see more activity like shorts covering, but we are not, at the time of recording this video, actually seeing that today. You actually have 715,000 shares that are being sold short today. Part of it could be due to algorithms, some quant trading funds that are seeing the sell-off in value, seeing the deterioration of the markets internally, and going out and shorting some of the high flyers. Look at the RSP for an example. This thing is dying. This is the equal weight S&P. It just continues to go lower and lower and lower. In fact, this is the worst streak for value stocks in history. You've never seen 11 straight declines for value ever. And that's where we are right now. But again, just to be clear here in this video, I think we will see a year-end short squeeze. I think it's a slow and steady kind of process so far, but the higher Tesla stock goes, the more pressure you're going to see on those shorts, and a lot of short sellers, in the right mind at least, don't want to take that short position that they're getting smacked on into 2025. They're going to tax loss harvest that loss to offset some of their gains in other stocks and areas of their portfolios. Okay, with that said, the option activity has really been driving Tesla so far, including today. Take a look at this. You have 271 different trades from hedge funds and institutions, totaling $1.15 billion, a very high dollar amount so far today. Look at this, a positive order value of 97%. 97% of this $1.15 billion is positive. That is either selling puts or buying calls. That is the highest number we have seen in this entire rally so far. That is like an abnormally bullish number. Typically, when you see a number like that, you tend to lead into a massive rally. We've already had a massive rally. So if that's any kind of precursor to how hedge funds and institutions are positioning, Tesla stock indeed is going to go a lot higher into year end, which at this point seems like the quote unquote safest call. There is just so much momentum for Tesla right now. It's stupid. Now, if you take a look at the volume today, volume is 63.05% calls and 36.95% puts. So almost a 2-to-1 ratio there, 2 times as many calls for every put being bought. And before we get into all of your other breaking news today, because we have a lot more of it that is really helping to drive Tesla higher, let's take a brief look at the short position in Tesla. You have 2.76% short interest of free float. So that's actually fallen from 2.77%, a minimal fall. But yes, there has been a little bit of short covering activity. You have $35.72 billion currently sold short in Tesla stock, totaling 77.14 million shares. Previously, this was 77.3 million shares. So roughly 150, 200,000 shares have been covered on in recent days. And again, 725,000 shares on net today that are being sold short. And it's actually funny how Benzinga words things. They say deep-pocketed investors have adopted a bearish approach towards Tesla, and it's something market players shouldn't ignore. But if you actually look at it, it's so bullish, it's stupid. It says among these notable options, 259 are puts, totaling $20.8 million, and 741 are calls, amounting to $81.84 million. I mean, that's like almost five times as many calls versus puts. So sometimes you have to be careful when you just read headlines, because a lot of these are just computer or AI generated, like that one there from Benzinga. Okay, now some of the big news today was an upgrade from Mizuho. Okay, this is what helped send Tesla stock higher in the pre-market trading hours. This article says here, electric vehicle makers' stock was set to outperform from neutral and significantly raised their price target. Analyst Vijay Rakesh cited several factors for the positive outlook, including regulatory tailwinds for autonomous driving, potential benefits from the new Trump administration, and Tesla's competitive positioning in the electric vehicle market. Rakesh's analysis points to a loosening autonomous driving regulatory framework, which he believes could provide more upside to Tesla's full self-driving and robotaxi valuation. The analyst also highlighted the company's potential to outgrow the global light vehicle production LVP with more profitable EV roadmaps compared to its peers. Mizuho's sum of the parts valuation implies a target of approximately $1.8 trillion for Tesla, or $515 per share, up from their previous target of, get this, $230 per share. The new target is based on a multiple of roughly 15.5 times the firm's projected 2025 sales. So basically, in a nutshell, Mizuho here went from $230 price target to $515 price target overnight. Elon Musk is back on X today, making a pretty remarkable prediction. Following this post from Zach over here, this is that Tesla has achieved another funny number, $469.42. Mari Ross comments and says waiting for $690.42 next. And Elon Musk says at some point in the future, I think that will happen. So Elon's saying Tesla is eventually going to hit $690.42. Which I do think investors find some comfort in a CEO that is that bullish on the stock price. Also did get Tesla China vehicle insurance registrations that came in at 18,452. Again, one of the best weeks of 2024. And it looks like in China, Tesla sold the largest number of vehicles in the luxury category last week. It is also being reported that Tesla Korea will release the ASS soon, the Actually Smart Summon. And Elon Musk comments on this post from Future AZA about his experience with V13 and his first drive. Elon Musk responds and says, it only gets better from here. And take this for what you will. Jim Cramer last night said, quote, Tesla's rally since the election is one for the ages. It's a move in retrospect everyone should have seen coming. It was easily missed by the numbers guys on Wall Street. The public doesn't listen to Wall Street research. The public knew one key thing that the analysts didn't. Musk was incredibly close to Trump, spent hundreds of millions to help him win, so as long as Trump won, Tesla was going to be a huge winner. And Elon Musk urges people to try the latest version of Tesla full self-driving software, saying it will blow your mind. Waymo announced that it will start testing its autonomous vehicles in Tokyo in early 2025. Waymo will partner with Japan's largest taxi operator, Nihon Kotsu. Drivers will manually operate the vehicles to map key areas of the Chinese capital. And you know, as I've said many times before, I mean, it really doesn't matter if it's Waymo or Tesla that is breaking into new cities or new countries. It's going to make it easier for everyone else to establish operations. The market is so large for robotaxis that Tesla's going to be successful. Waymo's going to be successful long term. I mean, I think Tesla's going to be obviously more successful, but the fact that Waymo is getting into Tokyo first in 2025 is great news for Tesla. That means Tesla's probably not too far behind them in terms of actually launching in some of these, distant countries. Oh, and I should mention Vijay Rakesh, the Mizuho analyst that upgraded Tesla stock today, is one of the best analysts out there. He's ranked number 566 out of 9,231 analysts on TipRanks, and he's also ranked 1,427 out of almost 40,000 overall experts. It is also being reported today that Tesla's FSD V13.2.1 is now going wide to Tesla Hardware 4 owners. Hardware 3 owners will receive updated V12.6 in a couple of weeks. Keith Fitzgerald, Chief Investment Officer at the Fitzgerald Group, thinks Tesla could be worth $20 trillion by 2040. He says, quote, "You're talking about not only vehicles, but you're talking about robotics, energy production, trading, finance. You're talking about the largest real-time decision database potentially in the world. What Elon's done, what is so different, is that he's made it all work together." Retail sales month over month came in better than expected, but as Kathy Jones here on X points out, motor vehicles and parts dealers in blue were the key driver behind the retail sales increase. Sales at food services and drinking places in yellow declined for the first time since March. We were expecting 0.6% month over month, so 0.7% was a little bit better than expected. Liz Young Thomas here on X questions whether this is front running from possible tariffs and EV subsidies being removed. Nonetheless, today the Russell 2000 is down about 1% following this better than expected data. The NASDAQ is down 1/3%, S&P is down about 1/3%, and the Dow is down 0.5%. You also have the VIX that is up about 2.6% today. Heading into Fed Powell tomorrow does not sound that unusual. People are just a little nervous. Now, 10-year Treasury yields are actually moving lower, falling about 2 basis points today, which is kind of a head scratcher following stronger than expected economic data. Again, we have the Fed tomorrow. They're expected to cut rates, so take that into context as well. There's a 97.4% chance of a 25 basis point cut tomorrow and a 2.6% chance of a 50 basis point cut tomorrow. So, I mean, even though the data has been coming in a little bit better than expected as far as the economy, inflation data came in a little bit worse than expected, you're pricing in a small but still a chance of a 50 basis point cut. CNN's Fear and Greed Index today is sitting at 53, which is back into neutral territory following yesterday's close at 56, which was technically in greed. If we look at the 7 different indicators, market momentum is greed, stock price strength, extreme fear, stock price breadth, extreme fear, put and call options, extreme greed, market volatility is neutral, safe haven demand is neutral, and junk bond demand in extreme greed. The percent of stocks trading above their 50-day moving average is really getting destroyed today. About 3.2% of stocks are falling below that 50-day moving average. You're now down to about 50% of stocks trading above their 50-day moving average. These are not super good numbers, okay? These are really bad numbers. I think that just highlights the fact that after the Fed tomorrow, as long as it's not really bad, like the Fed's not talking about raising rates or anything super dramatic, you're probably going to see markets go through some kind of year-end Santa Claus rally. I think that makes the most sense at this point. Sentiment for Tesla stock today is extremely bearish over on StockTwits, coming in at 9. I mean, I have not seen that low of a number in a very, very long time. Yesterday, sentiment was bearish at 34. Today, message volume is extremely high at 79. and the participation ratio is high at 55. Now, if we take a look at Tesla's global inventory numbers, the Model Y inventory has plummeted down to about 5,400. The Model 3 pretty stable here at 3,500, Model X at 3,000, and the Model S at 2,200. Tesla continues to run about 5,000 different ads with Google. And again, it does look like Tesla is going to close out the day at least somewhat in the red today. I'm not super surprised because, I mean, we have the Fed tomorrow, and Tesla has done very well recently. Again, at the same time, we have really seen this erosion under the surface and markets becoming a lot weaker. So I think that's the main story of what happened today. It doesn't look like there is any news. I mean, you're really not going down that much in the grand scope of things. At the time of recording this video, you're down about 0.5%. Like, that's not a news-driven reaction. That's more of a reset to momentum heading into a catalyst like the Fed tomorrow. Because yes, Tesla is still an interest rate sensitive company. It's still a company that moves a lot when the Fed talks, when the Fed potentially changes policy. And the fear of the Fed potentially U-turning on some of their accommodative, policy stances in recent months is something that's going to make at least the algorithms a little bit nervous. So that's my best guess on what happened today for Tesla, considering we did not have any headlining news that caused the intraday fall. So let me know what you guys think about this information down below in the comment section. Hit the like button as well as subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. If you guys want to come trade with us as well, check out that link down below in the description of this video. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.